a gentleman I dated for about 5 months in between me and Paul breaking up at the beginning of 2020. I apologize. I have the hiccups when I get stressed.
State will call Miss Campbell. Miss Campbell, do you have any safety concerns with your personal information being in today's court order?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and who are you concerned with having your personal information?
Paul.
Okay, and can you tell the court why you have concerns with Mr. Hearst?
Due to domestic violence. I'm sorry, due to domestic violence between us in the past, I had 2 protective orders placed on him. One that went out about the 9th of this month. That was the final one. He has assaulted me in front of my children. He has tried to harm himself in front of our daughter, which was my breaking point where I was like, I am done with this relationship.
Okay. Mr. Hearst has pending charges for domestic violence?
They already pressed charges on him according to the Brazos County probationary. He has completed all of his probation, and the protective order was lifted. And ever since then, I was hospitalized 2 days ago due to the sheer amount of anxiety and stress of knowing that he could just pop up. I am on medication currently for my anxiety, but I am scared.
You do not want Mr. Hearst to know where you live or have any of your information.
I don't. I'm even moving from where I'm at now just so that way I can make sure that my location is secure.
Okay. And the current protective order that has expired, did you say?
Yes, ma'am. They stated that it expired on the 9th of this month.
Okay. Okay. And can you tell the court what the name of the child is we're here for today?
Charlotte Astrid Hearst.
Okay. And when was Charlotte born?
Charlotte was born November 14th, 2016 in Bryan, Texas.
Okay. And how old is Charlotte?
Charlotte is 6.
Okay. Are you and Charlotte residents of Liberty County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who is Charlotte's father?
Charlotte's father is Paul Austin Hearst. They are the spitting images of each other.
Okay. At this time, the state would like to admit the acknowledgement of paternity for Charlotte as State's Exhibit B.
And ma'am, do you have any objection to me admitting that as State's Exhibit B?
No, ma'am.
I will admit that as State's Exhibit B.
My internet was somehow playing games with me today. So anyway, I'll go ahead and continue. Are you and Mr. Hearst presently married?
Yes, I am. I was trying to file for divorce, but the court asked me to hold off on filing for divorce until the paternity of Sawyer was determined, and I am still planning on immediately going and filing for divorce from this.
Okay, so no divorce has been filed yet?
No.
When did you and Mr. Hearst get married?
We filed taxes together in February of 2017, and that was our marriage.
Okay. Do y'all have a marriage certificate?
No.
Okay. When did the two of you separate?
We split up in 2020, but we're cohabitating together for our daughter. And it just began to escalate more and more. Like, he had begun punching holes in walls. He was cheating constantly. And my daughter was seeing that. And
when did you guys stop living together?
In January of 2022, he was arrested for domestic violence against me. I had him on footage doing it. And he lied and said that the PO was lifted and all this other stuff because I was needing help with my rent and he wasn't helping, and I lost my home. And he's like, well, you can move in here. And then 2 weeks after moving in there again, I got thrown into a wall and moved out.
And that was in January of 2022?
The first incident, yes.
Okay.
The second incident was Mother's Day.
Were you still living together at that time?
In between that time, up until April, like mid-April, I had moved in with him, but from January till mid-April, I was living on my own.
And were you together for just that small period of time?
Yes.
Okay. And you guys have been separated ever since?
Yes. I
Okay.
lived in a completely different county and everything. I was just trying to get on my feet.
Has he been providing financial support for your daughter?
No.
Okay.
So when you
Are
say you
you-
left Mother's Day, that was like a week ago?
No, last Mother's
Last.
Okay.
Okay. Are you wanting to the court to set back child support in this case? Back-
Please.
Okay.
Because Charlotte plays sports and everything else. And I hate having to beg my friends. I hate having to beg my friends so that way my daughter can do the things that she loves. And I know she loves her dad and I know she misses him and wants to see him. But the last time she saw him, he ran into the house, slammed the door, and I had to deal with the breaking heart of a little girl for a month who doesn't understand what's going on.
And so, does Charlotte live with you now?
Yes.
Okay. And how long has she lived with you? Just you?
Oh, just me the whole time. Like,
Do you make all the important decisions for her?
yes, ma'am. I take her to her doctors and her dentist appointments, all these things Paul would not allow me to do before. Like, I was not allowed to take her to the dentist. I was not allowed to take her to the doctor. We weren't allowed out of the house prior to me leaving.
And so are you making all the day-to-day decisions for her as well?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to communicate with Paul at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I tried to like have my friends ask him if I could get my stuff back, and they don't get any information. And one of them said that they think that he's changed his number and that he's moved and all this other stuff. But during the last Zoom call, I could see that he was still at the original location.
Does Mr. Hearst have a relationship with Charlotte right now?
No,
No? Okay. When's the last time that he saw her?
it was November, December, whenever I went to pick up some stuff with a friend. I was parked on the one side of the apartment and Charlotte ran in through the courtyard. I run after her to grab her because I don't want her, me, either of us to see him. He saw her, she saw him, screamed and tried to run to her dad, and he ran back inside and shut the door. And that was, I want to say November 13th, 14th, right around her birthday.
Was that in 2022?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about visitation a little bit. What type of visitation arrangement are you looking to have between Charlotte and Paul?
I would prefer supervised.
Supervised visits? Okay. And given the past history of your case, who would you feel comfortable supervising those visits?
I don't know.
Do you have a family member that would be able to do that?
I don't have family.
Okay. Does Mr. Hearst have any family that you're kind of close with?
I do not trust his family.
Okay. Okay. So just try to think of somebody that could possibly supervise visits. That's kind of, and we'll go through a few more questions and come back
I
to
have
that.
a friend that works for CPS.
Okay. Do you know if that's something that your friend would be willing to do?
I can ask them. I also have other friends that I recently made, but I don't want to ask that of them just now.
Okay, so while you're thinking of somebody that could possibly supervise, is there a place that you would be comfortable with having visits?
I'd like a secure facility if we could.
Do you think, is there somewhere near where you live that you think would be safe?
Maybe like the library. There are little rooms and everything there.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Hearst is currently working?
Last I knew, he was.
Okay. What kind of insurance do you have for Charlotte?
I have a merit group through the state.
Okay. And do you know if Mr. Hearst has any other children besides Charlotte?
No, ma'am, he does not. Charlotte was his first.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass the witness at this time.
Okay.
And the state would like to call Miss Green. Miss Green, would you state your full name for the court, please?
Raven Green.
Okay, and where do you work?
I work for the child support office.
Okay, and what is your role there?
I'm a child support officer
And how long have you worked for the Attorney General?
for 6 years.
And as part of your job duties, do you investigate the wages and assets of non-custodial parents?
Yes.
And did you have the opportunity to do so in this case?
Um,
And did you find any wage information for Mr. Hearst?
yes, I found out that his gross monthly income is $3,391.
And what quarters do we have wages for?
The first of 2023, 4 of 2022, 3 of 2022, and 2 of 2022.
Okay, and is that amount an average of those quarters?
Yes.
Okay. And did your investigation show if Mr. Hearst has any other children?
No other children. That was
Okay.
fine.
I will go ahead and pass this witness as well.
Judge, do we need to do an order as well showing that he is not the father of the other child?
Yes, there's an AOP in that case for that child, so you're gonna have to do the specific one regarding acknowledgements of paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Otherwise, the VSU won't recognize a regular exclusion order.
I only had an AOP for Charlotte.
Oh, there was no AOP for that child? Okay, well then, yeah, then you just.
They're
need an
married.
exclusion order. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. You need an exclusion.
Sawyer was just born during the marriage.
Yes, Sawyer's dad is James McCullough, a gentleman I dated for about 5 months in between me and Paul breaking up at the beginning of 2020. I apologize. I have the hiccups when I get stressed.
And Miss Simone, do you know of, is Miss Simone here?
Yes, ma'am.
Did we lose her other shifts? Okay.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Do you know of any visitation programs in Liberty?
I'm not aware of one. I know we've had this issue come up before, but it's been a while. The only person that I know of that might know is Karen.
Okay,
She's not here, and
I'm
She
inclined
might
to do
hear.
the SAFE program. And I could send you the language, I guess, that we've been.
Okay.
It will require driving because I don't believe the locations are particularly close to you, ma'am.
I have a vehicle that I can use.
And it would only be if he would have to sign up as well. So, you wouldn't just be bringing them to a place if he's not, involved in talking to them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna order that she's the managing conservator and he's the possessory conservator. I'm not gonna order a residency restriction.
What does that mean?
That means you're free to move wherever you need to move to. I'm gonna grant the non-disclosure, so you don't have to provide your phone number or address or where you work to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a finding of family violence and order visitation through the SAFE program. He will pay 100% of costs and fees to them.
I never wanted to get to this point with him.
And then, I'm sorry, was there a child support calculation?
Based on the income of based on $3,391 a month, and the state asking for $100 for the cash medical, I'm coming with $555 a month.
So I'm going to order that he pay $555 a month child support. And are you asking for cash medical?
Yes, Judge, and the amount of $100 a month.
Order Mr. Hearst to pay $100 per month. Cash medical, both of those beginning June 1st of 2023. And then I'm going to order him to pay court costs by November 30th of 2023. Oh, and then she wanted back child support. Did you calculate up I guess it's about a year?
We left May 9th and got here the next day at my friend's house, and they've been letting me stay here to make sure I am safe.
Does anyone know how long he's been at that current job?
Since the second quarter of 2022. So since she left.
About a
Okay.
year.
Okay, I'm gonna order $6,660 in back child support. Order a child support judgment against Mr. Hearst in that amount as of today. For May, was it May 9th you left?
Yes, ma'am. May 9th.
May 9th, 2022 through
I just wish
I'm
that
gonna order that he pay that.
he would talk to his daughter. That's all. She misses him.
I'm gonna